What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? Matt Samolsky here. I'm Matt the Car Guy. On this channel I do car reviews. If you just happen to be the first time viewer, thank you very much and welcome to the family. Check it out, check out the channel. If you like anything, please hit the subscribe button, like it, and share it with your friends. I really appreciate every single one of you. Anyways, today I have this beautiful 2021 Cadillac XT6. As you might be remembering, and I'll put the link somewhere above here or here, the Cadillac XT5 that I review, and this is its bigger, larger sibling. So today I'm going to take you on the tour of it. I'm going to take you on the tour of the exterior, interior. We're going to check out the cargo room, see what's underneath the hood, and then take it for a spin. So if you're ready, let's go. So front of this car, if you looked at any of the Cadillac SUVs, very similar to the other one, with a few differences. Like the lights are a little bit different. The XT5 had the lights that were connected, almost a little bit different shape. These are nice, still full LED lights, and a two-piece lights with the distinctive light signature of it, but they're nice, wide and narrow, and this piece goes, this is horizontal, this goes vertical. Now what else is here? This is that shiny, it's not a real intake, it is just a trim, but it looks very nice. It fits within the car, the big Cadillac grille, Cadillac logo. Only one body line, a little bit different sculpted hood on this one, and at the bottom of it you do have that lip spoiler. You do have all that sensing for all of the safety components that is right here, as well as the parking sensors. And this is the front of it. We're going to move to the side and check out of how it looks and how it differs from its smaller sibling. All right, let's walk up and see the engine of it. As on the XT5, it's the same power plant basically as far as the engine. 3.6 liter engine, 310 horsepower. Now on this one, and I just noticed that too, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's why you know this is a 6-cylinder. And why is it important? Because Cadillac offers also the 2.0 liter on this engine. Now I'm not sure, I'd have to drive it to see of how it's performing, because that seems an awfully small engine for that car. Now the 3.6, this one right here, 310 horsepower, that should be substantial. One thing that I've noticed too, it is equipped with, if it's equipped with a towing package, it can tow up to 4,000 pounds, so just a little bit more than like Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander. And this one is equipped with a 9-speed automatic transmission. The XT5 had an 8-speed, so we'll see how it drives in a little bit. All right, so this is the XT5 all grown up. Now this is the XT6, of course, so it is bigger, it is longer, it is wider, it's got more room. It's got the same engine, but we'll get to it in a second. The wheels are different. Remember when we looked at the XT5, it was 18-inch wheels. These are 20s. There's pretty much standard equipment on that XT6. It does have this Cadillac crest on the side. At the bottom of it, you'll see the sign XT6. It says right here. And then the trim continues throughout both doors. Now this one has the same kind of lights on the handles. I haven't been able to turn them on. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be able to do it on this particular car, but it does have the illuminated headlights. It does have the mirror caps the same color as the rest of the car with the LED lights built in. Oh, of course, it does have also that blind spot assist with on the mirror, so it's gonna start blinking when something gets in its blind set. As far as the shape of this car, it's very similar to the XT5, but it's a little bit longer and it's not as sloped in the back. Still pretty square if you ask me, but that's what Cadillacs are all about. They're kind of square, luxury, classic, nothing wrong with that. Let's check out the back. Let's check out the back of this vehicle. So I like it because it's square, it's sleek, it's stylish, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it does have a couple cameras right in the back, right, the one on top, which I believe it's for the mirror. We're gonna check it out while I'm on the interior. And then there's one, the backup camera, which is right here. The lights, LED lights, nicely wrap around from the side all the way to the back gate. Of course, it does have the XT6 badging, Cadillac crest right here, and then the 400, which is again the indication that it is a 6-cylinder engine. It does have a trim, which is kind of that polished aluminum trim, goes all the way through that back gate. At the bottom, again, you continue with that polished aluminum trim, and you do have 2 exhausts. There is a cover for the towing package right in the middle here, and let's open up the gate to see what hides inside of it. So the gate can be accessed several different ways. Of course, you can open it from the front of the vehicle, the way that I just did it, basically pushing the button on it, or you can use the remote to open it. And this is a 3-seater vehicle, and take a little bit more in detail of once we get inside of it. But I want to point out how much room there is and how the seats fold down. So the seats are automatic, okay? And you actually have to hold the button until it folds, otherwise it stops. So it's a little bit strange. And there you have it. You have over 70 feet of cargo room behind the front row seat. That's at least what Cadillac website says. We'll give you a close-up of it and see how it looks. Okay, let's check it out. So, as you can see, there's quite a bit of room that is in the back here. Now, the second row seats, that mechanical function is only for the seats down. So if I wanted to move them up, I would have to physically go out, open the door, and flip them up. Not a big deal. The third row seats you can do automatically, and we're going to do it right now. Pretty quick. 1, 2. And let's check out how much seat is in behind this third row seat. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but it is a 6-seater, not a 7-seater. There's 2 people in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the back. Okay, and we do have a little bit of a storage compartment right in the back here. Underneath here, you can pop this open if you'd like. And what do we have here? Here it is. There's a spare tire and the toolkit for spare tire. I like it. I like spare tire on the car. Now let's close the gate. Here it is. This is the back of it. Now we're going to test out and see how much room there is in the second row seat. See how easy it is to get. Now, one thing that I want to point out, how wide these doors open. Okay, they open almost at 90 degrees, which should be easy to get in and out. And we're going to check it out. And it is. Now let's see if this is adjustable. Can I move this seat back? Yes. And that's important because once I first got in there, I didn't think I had enough room. Now I moved the seat a little bit back with, sacrificing a little bit of room in the third row seat, but it gives me the additional few inches between my knees and the back of the front seat. The interior, very similar to the XT5 with some additional enhancements. And come on in, I'll check it out, and we're also going to check out the room in the third row seat. Okay, so the back door, it's, I don't know if this is the only color combination that's available, but it's very similar to what I had with the XT5, with the exception of this trim. This is like the dark wood, the other one was more of like that mesh aluminum, but it does have the Bose performance stereo. This is equipped with this one too. This has this polished aluminum door handles as well as nicely leather wrapped doors. Now on the interior, captain chairs, pretty comfortable. I just sat in it, and in the middle of here you do have controls for the climate control right here. Very nice on top of that middle console. At the bottom of it you do have the USB and the USB-C port. So let me get in the third row seat, which is right back there, and let's see how this, let me just fold it. How do I do that? Okay, so yes, basically I can just move this front seat fairly easily. I just then pull the lever all the way, and then I can get into the third row seat, which I'm gonna do right now. All right guys, we're gonna check out of how much room there is in that third row seat. You can actually get into it two different ways. Of course, you can go through this middle part right here, or you can move the seat forward and basically climb in just like I'm doing right now. We're gonna get into this third row seat and see how much room is in there. Now, okay, so you'd have to move those seats forward quite a bit for me to actually be able to fit my knees inside. Actually, I'm fitting them right now, but I'm touching the back of the seat. As far as the comfort, not bad. You do have the USB-C charging station here. You do have the cup holder. You do have your air vents, LED lights, and there's airbags in here as well, which is interesting for a third row seat. Again, mostly emergency use seat. I think this would be good for kids, but for adults, especially on the longer trips, no. Okay, let's check out the sound of the closing door. Now this is definitely a bigger door than on the XT5. Fairly solid. I don't think it's the best in its class, but it is definitely solid, nothing to sneeze about. And very similar layout on the door. You have Bose stereo, two speakers, one on top, one on the bottom. You have lock on lock. Very nice. The trim, that black wood trim, I like it. You have your window controls, you have your mirror controls. So at the bottom here you have the adjustment how high the gate opens, and you have another speaker. Also, what we have here, Cadillac crest, and again the same kind of combination interior, which I like quite a bit now that I've seen it. The only concern that I would have is having those seats dirtied up when you get in and out of them. And jeans, they usually get this blue stuff all over the seats. And one last thing before we get inside and check out this interior, because I won't be able to show you this until I get out. So you can see that there's an additional storage compartment with an additional charging station right underneath that middle console. The right interior on this 2021 XT6, steering wheel nicely leather wrapped and very nice to the touch. I love the way that they make those steering wheels. It's just a pleasure to touch them. Anyways, let's take a look at Cadillac crest. On both sides you have some buttons. On the left hand side you do have your heated steering wheel and the adjustment for the adaptive cruise control, as well as you have your voice control and the hang up button for the telephone. Now this is for your cruise control, and on this side you have the controls for the middle screen, which we're going to check out. So it's a little bit different setup, different steering wheel than on the XT5. I think this one is a lot nicer. Well, let's check out how everything looks once we hit that magic button. Okay, so you see a little bit of a dance of the gauges here and the instrument cluster. It's telling us that the fuel level is low, so I don't know what it's up with those dealers. Fill them up, put a little bit more gas in those vehicles so we can actually check them out. But Left hand side tachometer, right hand side speedometer. Middle screen is controlled by the right hand side controls, and you can see this is your tire pressure, air filter life, fuel economy, average 3.9, but also only has 3 miles on some brand new vehicle. This one has a blank page. Let's see what else we have. Radio is off. Navigation. Can you put navigation on here? Turn it on and off. The vehicle's in demo mode, so it's a limited availability as far as what I can do here until the customer takes delivery of this car, and they're actually going to be able to customize it to themselves. So, but anyways, we know that the navigation can be displayed there, and there's some other features over there. Let's take a look at the side of the steering wheel. So you do have the parking brake right here. This is the brightness, and here's the HUD, that's head-up display. You have the info button here, and then you have the brightness of the head-up display. Let's see if you're able to see it. Okay, let's get the brightness up all the way. Let's see if we can do the info. Okay, now we can see that it says 0 miles per hour, and we can raise it or we can lower it, and I guess we have different things that we can see on the head-up display. Now this is the tachometer, miles per hour. What else we have? Do we have any other options? No, but you know, miles per hour is good enough for me. Back here, same infotainment system as we had there on the XT5. This is your mute button. This one just tells you that it's equipped with the wireless charging. Let's hit OK here, and let's see if it's got any more features than its smaller sibling. Turn that on. How about the home button? Continue. Okay, so basically the same infotainment system as on the XT5. You have several applications that you can choose from. The basic ones, it's audio, phone, navigation, Wi-Fi, hotspot, user settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Users, you can actually customize this vehicle to different drivers. So once you sign into your GM or Cadillac account, you can create the profile, and the vehicle will adjust to the way that you like driving it. So that's probably going to ask you for your seat configuration, as far as the temperature and all that kind of stuff. Settings, you know, just the regular system settings. You have the app settings and you have the vehicle settings. Rear seat reminder, power door locks. So you can again set up a lot of the different features on here. Seating position, so you can put the memory seat, seat entry memory, seat exit memory, turn it on or off. Valet mode. This is pretty cool because it's going to allow the valet only limited features that are available to a valet driver on the vehicle. Like, for example, it might not be able to open the glove compartment. Bottom here, you have the basically heating, ventilating, air conditioning, and this is your settings. Now, this vehicle is equipped with the heated and ventilated seats. Now, these are actual buttons. I thought it was just touch, but I hope you can hear them click. Okay, so you can turn off the ventilated seats. 3 different speeds. Automatic climate control. Air recirculating button, we can turn that off. Matter of fact, there's no need for it today. And again, everything is nicely leather wrapped in here. This, an additional storage compartment, cup holders. Now, what I've learned is if it had the heated and ventilated cup holders, it would have the button for heated and ventilated one. So I guess this one doesn't have it. It's just the cup holders itself. Gear shifter, same exact one as on the XT5, electronic one. It's very actually comfortable and sits in the right position. In the bottom right here, you can see you have basically the controls for the infotainment system, and you can actually have the volume knob for your radio, seek mode. This is your shortcut for the media navigation, back button, and the phone. And then you can basically control what's going on up here through that little dial that you can just twist and basically get to any type of settings that you have on this vehicle. It's equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Okay, let's see what the apps, what other apps, about apps. So this is just basically a setting for it. Climate control, auto cold seats. Okay, so this is an interesting feature, and it basically says that auto-cooled seats automatically turn on seat cooling at vehicle startup when the cabin temperature is significantly warmer than desired, which is a very nice feature, because if you do have a remote start, as you do have on this car, so you basically press this button, start this vehicle up. If the temperature is too hot, it's going to start the seat cooling. And you have the same thing for the seat heaters. Okay, let's go back here. Ionizer on, improves air quality by reducing smells and airborne dust, positive particles. So it's equipped with the ionizer. That's a very interesting feature. Okay, what else we have at the bottom here? You can turn off your traction control, select different driving mode, and you have the same driving modes as on the XT5. So let's check it out. Driving modes, you have the snow, ice, touring, and sport. And we checked out the touring and sport. Yes. Okay, so let's check out how it drives. But before we do that, just like we did on the other one, let's take a look at the pricing. Now the pricing, this particular one, let's check out the sticker of it. Let me get my cheat sheet. It does have quite a few options that are installed on this vehicle. Now it does have the enhanced visibility and technology package. Okay, that rear view camera with washer, rear camera mirror with washer. So there is a washer. I was wondering, there's a little thing right next to that camera, and I think that's a washer. So it's got the gauge cluster 8-inch. Like I said, this is an 8-inch. That's $2,300. Driver assist package for $1,300. Cadillac user experience with embedded navigation, Bose stereo, that's $1,000. Seating for 6 passengers, 7 passengers standard, 6 it's optional. Premium headlamp system with illuminated door handles. Now I wasn't able to get those door handles to work, drives me crazy, but I'll have to ask somebody how to do it. Comfort and air quality package, that's the ionizer that we looked at it. Shadow metallic, which is the color of it, $625. 20-inch wheels and the all-weather cargo tray. Total on this vehicle, now this is the premium luxury front-wheel drive, $62,210. If it was an all-wheel drive, it would be $2,000 more for $64,000. Now we're looking at the category of a lesser equipped BMW X5 or a lesser equipped GLE, but it's about the same size. And luxury wise, I mean, some people might argue that it's also a luxury vehicle. For all of the different equipment tiers on this vehicle, go to Cadillac.com, check it out, see what you like. But also, I just want to tell you, it's got the luxury, premium luxury, and sport. Those are the 3 models available on it. And the sport one, the way you recognize it's got the black grille. It doesn't have any chrome or polished aluminum in front. So that's the way that you look at sport. Now the sport is only available the 3.6 liter engine, the other two 2.0 or 3.6. Start it up, take it for a spin. Now we've already done, as far as the rear view camera, we've done that. I just gotta take this, and since yesterday we weren't able to do a full turn anywhere on the XT5, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do a full turn here. And let's see how many of the parking spaces we're going to need to turn this vehicle completely around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. So almost 5 spots to turn this vehicle around. So again, it's not the tightest turning radius, but it's pretty good. Now it does have this adaptive suspension, so what that means that every 2 milliseconds there's sensors that basically check the road in front of you, and they adapt that suspension to the way that you drive. And again, it feels like Cadillac. The seats feel comfortable. I sit high enough. I have a great visibility as far as the visibility outwards. And let's take a quick look on the sides, and we'll see. It's actually perfect visibility all the way around. And I gotta tell you, that moonroof, that panoramic moonroof, adds so much light to it. I like it a lot. See, let's take it for a quick spin around the block, and let's see. See how quickly it'll get up to speed. It's very responsive as far as you hit the accelerator, and that goes almost right away. It's not a turbo engine. That means that it doesn't have that turbo lag. Now in front of me, if you look at in front of me before this Nissan came out, there's a Chevy, and this is the Chevy Traverse, and that's basically a Chevy version of this vehicle. So I mean, obviously if you're looking for something that might have the same kind of look, specs, I haven't checked it out really, but I believe this is almost exactly the same, with some differences. Of course, you get the higher quality materials, different leather, I mean different amenities as far as the Cadillac, but it's on the interior it would be fairly similar. So if you want to save yourself some money, might go for a Chevy, might go for a GMC. This is the top of the line out of the 3. So, and they share a lot of the components, definitely the drivetrain, and you know, a lot of the body components, with the exception of, take a look at this one has completely different lights. It sits a little bit higher in my opinion. This one is more sporty than the one in front. It doesn't have, the Traverse doesn't have as nice lights in front or back, but at the same time it's comparable. Again, I'm doing those videos during traffic rush. Let's turn here and let's see if I'm going to be able to at least get it up to speed. Let's see how it handled the bumps. The adaptive suspension, it should be pretty darn good, and it is. Cornering, very nice. Actually, you know, on the old Cadillacs, and I'm talking old, I haven't been in a modern Cadillac. I've been in the 2016, 17 Escalades, but before that I've only driven like their sedans, and those are the sedans from the 90s and early 2000s, and they were boats. And what I mean by that is basically you made a turn and that thing would lean one side, and then it took a while to get back up. This is nothing like this. It's very precise. Compliments the Cadillac for making it that way, because it makes a huge difference in driving. Yes, it might give you a little bit less comfortable ride, but I'd rather be safe than comfortable, to be honest with you. And this is a perfect combination of both. So I like this vehicle. I'll give it a thumbs up. And thank you for watching this video. If this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing. Hit that subscribe button, smash that little bell button so you get notification every time I post a new video. And I post twice a week. And if you think that somebody might find that valuable, if they're looking for a vehicle and want to hear my thoughts, hit the share button, share it with them. I really appreciate every single one of you, every single view, whether you are a subscriber or not. If you like it, put it in the comments below. If you don't like it, don't put it in the comments below. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, guys, I see you in my next video. Cheers.